Hello everyone and welcome back to the Project Lab build. Oh, sorry about that, it's a bit dusty in here. As you can see, contractors are in, working away. All of the rubbish that was left behind, those benches that were left behind in here, they've all been took away now by the contractors. And they've actually started pulling up the floor. They've vacuumed it, cleaned it, polished it over, got up all the junk ready for levelling. So that's what they're starting on first. It's the flooring. The carpet has gone and the underlay has gone. After that, I guess it's going to be either the electrics or the paint job. So that, as they say, is that. And there's a early morning view of London through a extremely dirty window. Not too sure what you can see there. And yeah, I will update you when there is any more progress in here. Alright then, so we're a little bit further along down the line getting this slab sorted out. Floor still isn't done, no surprise there. It's only yesterday, well it's only tomorrow now from the last video. We've just been in discussion about the floor. It's reasonably level already, so we're thinking about abandoning the levelling of the floor to speed things up. And what we thought was a lot of floor traps turned into just one, and we're going to keep that in there because there's actually cable access underneath that, so we can't fill it in or anything. So we're going to lay the floor down and then cut in around a floor trap, you know, hard floor over the top, so you still got access to it without pulling up all of the new flooring. So hopefully flooring will go down a lot quicker. As you can see around the walls, trunking is partially off. These sparks have been hard at work, starting to fit the extra rings of power and the extra sockets. So we've got extra sockets going in, you've got the cutouts there, one there, another one there, further down, all across the back, down that wall. And you can see the cable hanging out of that one where they've been pulling through wiring, and a massive big reel for the 16 amp commandos which are going in, and those are for the desks. As you can see, you've got some orange sticky note paper on the walls where those are going. Into these, as you can see, the cable trays for the trunking is split into two. Top ones for mains, bottom ones for data, and we are getting in extra data sockets as well. Should the need arise that we need more Ethernet in here for networking the lab kit, you have that option as well. Anyways, quick little update, and yeah, see what happens later. Right then. Moved on a little bit more, still in the process of getting this room sorted out, but as you can see around all the trunking, the standard 13 amp main sockets have all been installed now, and the cabling done on those. On the walls, commando sockets, you can see those. As these are what's going to be connecting through to all of our benches. They're all screwed up on the walls now and ready to be cabled in. So the electrics are well on the way to being done. As you can see, all the data sockets have been more or less all ripped out, ready for the new ones to go in, and the extra lot of data cabling to go in. So that's the next thing to do really on the electrical side. It's you know, data and the 16 amp commandos to the benches. You also may have noticed walls have been patched and undercoated over the worst parts, and so the decorators have been in. They've been hard at work at that. Got all their stuff down there. Still got the high current cable for the commandos. That's all got to be routed in. That's going to be a pain to do, but bloody glad it's not me doing that. So a little bit more further on with the build, and you can And considering this is only about the third day that they've actually been in this room working, it's not bad, considering that the electrics are practically half done. Flooring's all up, it's nice and smooth, and the decorators are in and got working. So it's really good. And what's it like outside actually? It's a bit wet, miserable. Oh well, never mind. I will yeah, give you an update hopefully in a little bit more as work progresses. See you later. Alright, welcome back. As you can see, the walls now are completely painted. That's all done. The Ethernet patches, they're still to be done. Boxing in around the bottom for all the pipe work, that's all been painted and finished off. As far as I've been made aware, the flooring is going to be going down either tomorrow or the day after. So once that's done, things are really going to be pushing on, and yeah, that just leaves really the data sockets and finishing off the commando sockets really, making everything look neat. So I will leave it there, and hopefully you might see a little bit more progress later on. Well then, as you can see, I said yesterday the flooring would possibly be going down today, and it has begun. The central strip is in place. The floor has had a very light screeding just to bring the vinyl up to the right level with the floor trap. And the first strip is practically down and in place. It's just got to be tidied up and glued back to the wall, cut in, etc. Then it's the last strip going down that side. So I imagine if everything goes according to plan, the floor will be finished tomorrow afternoon. Then it's just a case of the electrics being finished off. Waiting on the furniture, and we get this place up and running. So not really too long till we're done. Quick update. Next time, hopefully might almost have a finished room this week. See you later. Well then, as you can see, flooring has gone down now. That's complete. Done a nice job on that. Just needs a mopping over because there's a few marks on the floor, just a bit of dirt. Ethernet has gone in, more or less. Cable's all been pulled through, just needs to be terminated, and the panels connected. Other thing that needs to be done, some more commando sockets for the powering the benches. So we are almost done. Majority of the work's all in place. Tomorrow, hopefully all that Ethernet will be in place and up and running. Just leaving the commandos, so maybe next week will be the handover period. Hi everyone, welcome back, and as you can see, the lab has almost been completed. Pretty quick turnaround. The only thing left to do, the few extra commando sockets for the benches that are going in here, so we can hook up power to them. Apart from that, everything's done. All the Ethernet has been patched in at both ends. So down here in this room, there are now, I think there's 36 or 38 Ethernet ports. They're all patched down in the network cabinet. That's all been finished off today. And yeah, so once the commandos have gone in, once Danny's boys have finished doing that, we can start getting this room set up. And yeah, hopefully in the next video, or next little snippet that you watch after this one, will be a completed lab ready for us to get hands dirty and getting ready for you. And doing the build up of all the kit. Alright then, I'll see you in the next video. Hi everyone, and yeah, the lab has been completed now. I'm not going to bother ran upstairs showing you that, because there's really no difference from the previous, scene. The only real difference is that a couple of commando sockets have been stuck to the wall, and yeah, apart from that it's a big empty room, and all works complete. So that's the end on it. What's next? Well, we can't really progress any further because we're waiting on benches to turn up, and that's what we're doing now. But all I can say is that all the other stuff right behind me has turned up. So we've got some Regal signal generators, arbitrary signal generators there to go up. They are the DG 1062s. 5 of those. They're going to be on shelves up there, so you can use those as and when you need them. You just take them off. The Regal DMMs, the same ones that we got down in the lab, benchtop ones. They've all rolled in. They're all there. Other stuff that's come in that we've been busy collecting together. This wasn't an office, it's now temporary stores. So we've got other stuff. We've got Keithley power supplies all stacked up there. Over there we've got some flat pack chairs that we can put together. You can see the storage trays, got those in, and one big square box there, very boring to look at. One storage cabinet. So stuff is starting to roll in, but we can't really do anything until the benches come in, and hopefully they will be in this week. Tuesday's today, so hopefully at some point this week they'll turn up. Once that happens, we can really start unboxing and doing the lab. So this is the end of the lab sort of like turnaround, turning it into a lab space from a little research office type thing. And yeah, next video will be all about putting the lab together, getting the benches set up, getting the kit laid out, and getting it ready for use. Yep, see you next time.